It's mailbag time here on the Chiefs Report by Chat Sports. I'm Harrison Graham, and on today's show, we are going to answer as many of your questions as we possibly can. So load them up right now by using the hashtag Chiefs function or by super chatting. Shoot from the Right asks, is there any defensive help out there? I don't know what's going to be available. I mean, I know a lot of people want Steve Spagnuolo fired. I don't really blame people. I think making a change after this season could happen. The defense has struggled to create takeaways, although Willie Gay did have a pick six on Sunday. That game should never have been close against Denver with the 27-0 lead, but I'll mention it again. Mahomes throwing 3 picks helped lead to some Denver points. But anyone who's still out there that you could sign isn't going to have a huge impact. I mean, Ndamukong Suh is out there. Philadelphia signed him. He might have been able to have some impact, but if you probably need a defensive back to help, and I don't think there's anyone out there that's going to make a huge difference. R. Jr., any concerns about the Chiefs secondary not being able to intercept the ball against good or bad teams except L'Jarius Sneed? I mean, look, you're playing a bunch of rookies, right? Josh Williams is running around. Jalen Watson's running around. Trent McDuffie. So, yeah, I mean, this is part of going young, right? You know, that's why, I'll be honest, I'm not saying it was some huge mistake, but when they traded Rashad Fenton, I was surprised. Now, I don't think he's doing much with Atlanta, and he certainly wasn't playing like he was a year ago, but Fenton last year played really well, and he's a vet, and he's a 4-year player. You know, when you go all rookies except for L'Jarius Sneed, that's tough in the NFL being a quarterback as a rookie going up against, Jamar Chase and T. Higgins and, Stephon Diggs and guys you're going to have to face in the playoffs. So, yeah, I mean, I do have some concerns, especially considering Justin Reed hasn't been that great at safety as an addition as well. Where is Jackson Mahomes asks, when both Hardman and Toney are healthy, who plays a bigger role? That's a good question. So I think Hardman I think he's eligible to come off IR this week. We'll see when he does come back. Hopefully it is this week and he plays well. Kadarius Toney, I think, was close to playing last week, but the Chiefs opted to keep him out. I would say Hardman in the near term has a chance to play a bigger role because he was playing a decent-sized role earlier in the season before the injury. Now, obviously, they signed Toney, and long-term, he's going to be a guy that is going to be here long-term. I meant traded for him. He's under contract for a few more years. Hardman's a free agent. So I'll let you guys decide. Who do you think will have the bigger role this year once both are healthy? Type MH for Mecole Hardman, KT for Kadarius Toney. I would guess Mecole Hardman, but I don't have a ton of confidence in that answer. I think both could have a big role. I think both could have a small role. I think it'll just depend. It very much could be week to week as well. Hit that subscribe button here on the Chiefs Report as we are trying to get to 34,700 subscribers. We are just 55 away from that threshold and then just 300 more away from 35K. Help us get there. Daily videos here on the show, and the more subs we get, the more videos you guys get from yours truly. So you help us, we help you. Everybody wins, 100% free. All you got to do is subscribe. Kevin Gonzalez, any concern on Mahomes throwing 3 picks? Not overly concerned, no. I just think he's got to recognize that, in these big games coming down the stretch and in the playoffs, I don't want him to not be aggressive. That's not what I'm saying, but one bad interception can be the difference. It just can in a playoff game. And, he even admitted it a couple weeks ago. It's like he said, I got to eliminate that one mistake I tend to make every game. He's a perfectionist. He's trying to get there. Now, let me say this, too. Denver is a hell of a defense. I know they're a joke as a team. Hackett sucks. Russ sucks. But everything we say about Denver being fraudulent this year is about the offense. Their defense can still ball. So, you still put up 34 points as a team. This I'm not worried about Mahomes in the offense. But, take a sack if you have to, right? That second pick, good example. He's about to get hit. He's trying to make something out. He throws a pick. Like, just take the sack. It happens. He's trying to make the big play every play, and I get that. But every once in a while, even Patrick Mahomes, it's okay to rein it in. Terry Singleton, why do the Chiefs always play down to the bad teams? They do tend to do that. You lose the Colts earlier in the year. I don't know. I don't know if it's a focus issue. Is it a boredom issue? Because, look, the Chiefs are one of those teams at this point where before the season even starts, they know, not just they know they're making the playoffs. So Does complacency kick in? I don't know. You get up 27-0, so there was clearly some urgency to start the game, but then you just kind of hit this lull for about a quarter, and all of a sudden, boom, it's 27-21. So the good news is in the playoffs, they're all good teams. I mean, you can't sleepwalk through games in the playoffs. So, yeah, a little more focus would be nice. Have that killer instinct. Put games away when you have the chance to do so. AJ, what is wrong with Orlando Brown? Do we need to trade him next year? Thought he was a little better this week. Did have a bad false start penalty, but I thought he blocked better. But, yeah, I mean, it's been a bit of a problem. He is not playing at the level that we expected, at least that I expected. I mean, this is a guy who ended up getting franchise tagged because he wanted to reset the left tackle market. He has not played like a guy worthy of that standard, of a guy that should get $24, $25 million per year. So I don't know what's going to happen. They can tag him again for about $20 million. That seems like a pretty high probability at this point, assuming he wants a monster deal again. I think a tag could be in order. Also, BetUS sponsoring today's show, and if you want to make some money by betting on the NFL or other sports, BetUS is a great place to do it. Go to chatsports.com/ChiefsBet to create an account today, and then once you sign up, use the promo code Chiefs125 when you sign up to get a 125% deposit bonus. There's been a shift in the MVP race. Jalen Hurts, the Eagles quarterback, now the favorite at -115. Patrick Mahomes, the second favorite at +150. So that means you put down $10. You'd win 15 if Mahomes won the MVP. Joe Burrow +750, and then Tua, Josh Allen way down there at +2,000. Chatsports.com/ChiefsBet. If you're feeling good about someone on this list, go put your money where your mouth is with BetUS. Tony Fuentes, will we get that playoff bye? We'll see. It feels 50-50. I think you got to win out to do it. The Chiefs' remaining schedule, I will pull it up real quick. They've got Texans on the road. That should be an easy win. Seahawks at home on Christmas Eve. Denver at home, and then at the Raiders. Going to be favored in all four. Should win all four. Doesn't mean they will. But if you win all four and Buffalo loses just once, the Chiefs will get the number 1 seed in the AFC. Joe Fazio, seems to me the biggest issue is the O-line. Got to protect Mahomes. 3 interceptions, got donkeys back in it. Young defense will get better. Any good left tackles for next draft? Paris Johnston Jr. out of Ohio State is a guy that'll probably go mid-late first round. Peter Skoronski out of Northwestern, although people worry that his arms are too short and he may have to play guard. Those are a couple players, but not a loaded offensive line class. Shad Jamison, how do you feel about Michael Burton? He seems to never get the short yards in big situations. So, yeah, the last 2 fullback dives they've tried on 3rd or 4th and short, he has gotten stuffed. So, I don't know. In the past, he's gotten a lot of those. So, I'll be honest, I didn't love the call when they went to it against Denver. It was about 1.5 yards, and I don't know. I like the fullback dive when it's like a half yard. I don't love it when it's 1.5 yards, 2 yards. Especially, and I said this on our watch party, they brought him in. It was the first time he had been in the entire game, and you're kind of telegraphing, well, we're going to use him in some manner, either as a lead blocker for a running back, as a decoy, or they're going to hand it to him. So you could tell Denver keyed in on that, like, hey, keep an eye on Burton. He hasn't played all game, and lo and behold, they hand it to him and he gets stuffed. So I think if you're going to have that in your toolbox, you at least have to utilize him some earlier in the game just to keep the defense honest, and I thought that was a bit of mismanagement there. Donuts, do you think our rookie corners play too much zone coverage and should be more physical and play more man? Well, that's not a player decision. I'm not saying you're saying that, but if you're saying that, oh, why are they playing zone instead of man? Well, that's a Spags decision, number one. So whatever the scheme question is, that would be a Spags question. Typically, Spags actually plays a decent amount of man and likes to blitz. So, I think more than anything with the rookie corners is that first word. They're rookies. They're going to get beat some. It's hard to play corner in this league. When is your birthday? Who's celebrating? Anybody got a birthday today? If you do, happy birthday. Curious when people are celebrating their birthdays, so drop your birthday down in the comments. For me, November 1st, so I had my birthday just over a month ago. Let us know when your birthday is. Chad Jamison, with a net savings of $7 million next season, should we cut MVS? He's been a major disappointment. He's very hit and miss as a receiver, and last week he had 2 big catches against the Bengals. So it's hard to say. When they gave him 3 years and $36 million, I remember saying, oh my God, that's an overpay. But then we saw the receiver market blow up. And remember, Shad, Mecole Hardman and Juju are free agents. So you can't, like, if they walk, you can't afford to let MVS go. You need to have some guys back. Now, obviously, you'll have to help replace Juju and Hardman, but I tend to think MVS will be here at least one more year. Could you cut him for that third year of that deal? Definitely think you could. Joaquin, last question on this mailbag. Will Mahomes regain MVP favorite status? Possibly. I do think it's Mahomes or it's Hurts to lose now. He's never won before. Voters get winner fatigue. Mahomes has obviously won it. He's been a finalist before. So, if Hurts goes 16-1, I think he's going to win the MVP. But if he loses a game or two and Mahomes wins out and balls out, then yeah, he absolutely still could. I mean, Mahomes has 32 touchdowns and 11 picks. Let's say he throws for 46 touchdowns and 13 picks. That something like that could get him back in it if he wins out. We'll have to wait and see how the final month plays out. Still a lot of football left. Subscribe to the channel, and if you want to be a part of these mailbags moving forward, hit that sub button and join us live on Mondays, 4 o'clock Eastern, 3 Central Time, when we have you guys covered with the latest Chiefs news and rumors on our weekly live Chiefs reports.